guys, it's Masuki Arts. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be spending upwards of 6 hours on a single painting just because my usual painting time is just around 2 to 3 hours, oftentimes less. So let's get started. After doing some quick concept sketches, I dove right in. I knew I wanted to do a ballerina surrounded by pink, pretty, and fluffy things, just because I really enjoy drawing a lot of just pretty princessy kind of stuff. I don't know how else to describe it. I just know for sure if I'm going to purposely take extra long on a painting, I want it to be one that I'm going to like the final product of and enjoy working on. And really, since I let myself kind of do whatever I wanted, I had a ton of fun, like just an unbelievable amount. Ended up splitting the work time over 3 days and dividing it further within those days to fit my schedule, fit around all the other life stuff I have to do. And I really enjoyed it. It was fun, and splitting it up, of course, allowed me to have fresh eyes every time I worked on it. The whole point of me even taking like 3-4 times as long as I usually would on a drawing is to kind of see where I'm at in terms of skill level, just because when you're rushing through drawings or drawing every day, it can be hard to tell how good you really are or what things you might need to work on. And this drawing was pretty much just for the purpose of figuring that out. And since I knew I was going to be using this as a form of evaluation for myself, I spent extra time on the sketch trying to use references to figure out the little bunnies I added, hands, facial structure, all that stuff. Truth be told, there's still a lot of mistakes. Her arms look too long and a little misshapen. Her shoulders are definitely way off. There's something so disturbing about them, and her face looks a little bit squished maybe. I'm not really sure. I feel very strongly about this drawing in both positive and negative ways, so it's kind of hard for me to verbalize how I feel about it. I'll try to share more of my opinion on the outcome of this drawing at the end of the video, when you guys get to see it too, of course. Like I mentioned earlier, I kind of let myself do whatever I wanted in the drawing, and this included the aesthetic, of course. Like I mentioned, I drew lots of fluffy pink things in my spare time, and I wanted this drawing to be no different. But in terms of like pose and structure, composition, that kind of thing, I think I kind of let myself down in that way too. Because I kept her pose relatively simple since I knew the arms were going to be a challenge. I let the legs just be super simple, and in spite of that, the hips look really weak and off. And on top of this, I also kept the background to things I was most familiar with drawing, like cute little curtains and stuffed animals and pillows, things like that. And I kept the character from holding any objects. So while I kind of let myself explore new possibilities with like the positions of the arms and stuff, and of course learning how to draw bunnies, which was fun, I still let myself fall back on some little crutches. Knowing I could take as long as I wanted on this drawing, well, technically I can take as long as I want on any drawing, just because this is currently only like the pursuit of my passion and not a job I'm paid for much. But since I knew I had time for this one and I was purposely giving myself time, I ended up using colored pencils for the line art, which I've done quite a few times now, but not really for YouTube art. So this is the first time on my channel you guys are seeing me use this itty bitty little colored pencil to line the sketch. It looks very tedious, and truth be told, it is. I can't use a regular eraser or anything while I'm using colored pencils because it will smudge the drawing, and even sometimes the colored pencil smudges with the paint, but that didn't happen this time at all, so that was nice. In spite my fingers feeling like they were going to fall off after doing the lining, using colored pencils is one of my favorite methods for lining a drawing. It just looks so soft and lovely, and I gave a base coat to the painting to make it a little more atmospheric. It's kind of a trick I learned from doing a little bit of digital art, and it has taken my traditional paintings up to a whole other level just because all the colors have a similar tone to them when layered. While it's a trick that doesn't really improve the technical appearance of the drawing, it doesn't like make my other mistakes go away. I'm just very glad I have that trick to kind of help the drawing look cohesive. I genuinely thought I was going to make the tutu like a lilac color to kind of offset the color in the background. But I decided that I should go for a higher contrast in tone and not necessarily in hue, just because I really love pink and I wanted pink to be the dominant color, and that's why I figured it should be on the centerpiece of this drawing, which is of course the ballerina. I also tried to include a lot of texture and patterns all over the piece, anywhere where there's fabric really, just because it really does help to add some visual interest to any part of the painting, any specific close-up shot or anything. It just makes it look a little more interesting, to me at least, and it really made it a lot more fun than to just have like a blank tutu and a blank ottoman and pillows and stuff. It just made it more interesting. I do have a regret though about coloring the hair. Since the line art is blue, I think it kind of clashes with the red hair a little bit, although she's still adorable and it still looks good. It's just looking at it now, maybe I would have toned down the line art on her hair specifically so that it matched a little better, since this is not like a super high contrast drawing or anything. But now I got to peel the tape and look at the final result. This painting is officially my pride and joy. I love it so much. I love the bunnies. I love all the stars everywhere, which of course I put on like every drawing. I love the patterns and the texture. Can you tell I'm really trying to look past all the mistakes I made? But just looking at it positively, I feel like I learned a lot about drawing hands and stuff, even if they're still weird looking. I feel like I took some of the experience with me, and drawing animals is something I never really formally learned, so drawing the bunnies was a fun challenge. And I want to thank you so much for coming with me on this journey and watching the process, and just watching me figure out what I need to work on next with my drawing skills. And of course, if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more, like and subscribe. It really means the world to me. I could use all the support I can get. And of course, let me know down below if you have something in particular you find yourself drawing over and over again. Like for me, of course, it's literally anything pink and fluffy and just cutesy. So let me know if you agree with that, or if there's something else you prefer to draw a lot. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!